नमस्कार दोस्तों, आप सभी का फिर से स्वागत है। आप देख रहे हैं eISL powered by Coca-Cola. Before we get the event started, a huge shout out to our esports partners Nordwind Gaming and our platform partners PlayStation for making this happen. और हम आ चुके हैं आज डे नंबर 3 की तरफ एंड आज और भी बेहतरीन मैचेस होने वाली है। कुछ टीम्स वापस से खेलते हुए नजर आएंगी एंड कुछ टीम्स आर गोना बी प्लेइंग इट आउट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. सो अजीम, हाउ एक्साइटेड आर यू?
Always excited, man. There is no better combination than football, FIFA, and the spirit of competition. And of course, the eISL is giving us all of that for 4 months, which is just amazing.
Oh, we love it, right? Because आज के जो मैचेस होने वाले हैं, few of the teams जो अपना पहला मैचअप हारी थी, कुछ ऐसी टीम्स जो दोनों ही टीम्स ने अपने पहले मैचअप्स जीते हैं और एक ऐसी टीम जो पहली बार खेल रही है. That's going to be so exciting because everyone has got their eyes on that one thing, the prize. चलिए एक बारी नजर डालते हैं फॉर्मेट की तरफ, क्योंकि जो भी दर्शक आज नए जुड़े हैं, they'll get to have a good idea of it.
Yep. So as we know, of course, we started a couple of days ago, 20th November ko, and ye chalte jayega. The league stage at least till 13th March. 11 teams, true players per team, 110 matches, which is basically 3 games per match, 2 one-on-one matches, and of course one amazing, super fun, super controversial, super high intensity co-op game.
Yes.
Then we have the finals, 19 to 21st March, 4 teams in a double elimination. And then, of course, the biggest twist of all, Squid Game level wala twist jo aata hai on 21st March, where it's a 1v1 battle between the 2 winning team players to decide who will represent India in the FIFA Global Series 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've all seen that, right? We've all seen Squid Game. We know how it turns out. We're still all waiting for the new season to show up. But Azim, आज दर्शकों को एक और बात बताते हैं. एक डबल राउंड रॉबिन सिस्टम फॉर्मेट पे खेला जा रहा है, which means that every club will go up against the same club twice. तो 2 बार उनकी मुलाकात होगी. अगर एक बार हार हासिल कर लेते हैं या फिर हार का सामना करना पड़ रहा है, they still have one more chance to battle it out, maybe settle the scores. And there are few clubs जो हमारे second matchup पे नजर आएंगे, which are really going to be dominant, maybe a 2-0 over the club twice. But prize pool की बात कर रहे थे, we're talking about 78 lakhs INR on the line and extra 4 lakhs for the MVP. I mean, that's ludicrous.
Yeah, a huge amount, and it's so great to see actual, monetary incentives for people to take esports up and think about it as a career, particularly in FIFA. And 15 lakhs at the top and 4 lakhs for that MVP. So technically a total of 19 lakhs available for each team to win. And उस 4 लाख से मैंने आज calculation किया is something that I do. You can actually buy 80 electric cycles. Did you know, Fixes?
I regularly, cycle to office, to be honest, just a disclaimer, trying to be, fit. And of course, this tarike se the prices are going up for the fuels. I mean, I think somewhat everyone has to shift eventually sooner or later. But chaliye, we've come up on the bandwagon really earlier, so we're going to be happy because I'm not going to be surprised कल को cycles भी बहुत महंगे हो जाएंगे तो. So that's also
already बहुत महंगे.
Yeah, I mean, they're already there, and we're having new technologies coming up. I'm sure also in the world of FIFA, right? 21 हमने देखा, like we've seen in the other tournaments. इस साल we're going to be focusing on FIFA 22, जो कि PlayStation पे खेला जाने वाला है. So mechanically the players are, I think, well adept. आज की अगर 2 टीम्स इन कंटेंशन की बात करें, हमारा जो पहला मैचअप होने वाला है, that's going to be ATK Mohun Bagan going up against Kerala Blasters FC. So that is going to be really interesting, क्योंकि जो पहला मैचअप है, we're going to start off with a bang, two really experienced players going up against each other. It's going to be Bindra Tej facing off Lok Manu, who is one of the top players in the country that we have right now, and one of the most experienced players, I must say. A really good friend of mine. I've known this lad, and जो professionalism रखते हैं, that is something that a lot of fans look out for. But coming on to game number 2, we've got KT Tilno going up against Akshar. Again, Akshar being one of the latest additions, a new player inside the circuit. तो actually, Azim, मैं excited हूँ कि जो इन दोनों के बीच जो co-op battle होने वाला है, उसमें Kerala Blasters FC कैसे खेलेगी? We have seen ATK Mohun Bagan, they are good, but they certainly can be better. But what gets really out of the roofs is the second match that we have, that's Bengaluru FC going up
Yeah.
against Chennai FC. I think इसके बारे में हमने चर्चा करी थी. We want to see this happen, and ये देखिए, there we have it.
Yeah, we straight up and very, very interesting. I think we're probably arguably seeing two of India's best players in Lokmanu and Saransh coming today. Obviously, not head to head. वो जब होगा, I think is going to be completely explosive. But interesting to see how ATK Mohun Bagan picked themselves up. Of course, they had very close to a good result.
Yeah.
But that incredible comeback by Varsi against Bindratej from being 5-2 down and coming back to win 6-5 completely changed, the dynamic of that tie. And very interesting to see how they approach it. I've been reading up a little bit about the players. I've seen Bindratej has said about himself, his gameplay, that he's a very attack-minded player. He loves to attack, and I think we saw that in his game as well. That the attacking game to hai. But the defense, without the defense, it's a little bit difficult, particularly in this game where defense is mainly the meta to be successful.
And yes, 100%, agreed with you. And considering Bindratej इतने ज़्यादा attacking, oriented खेलते हैं, but he's got to watch out because Lokmanu, he's got that experience, right? काफी सारे India के, majority LAN events में हमने उनको देखा है. He's been performing, always managed to stay in the top 4, sometimes, winning the entire tournament. So he knows कि ऐसे situation में ऐसे player जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा attacking oriented रहते हैं, उनको कैसे टैकल करना है. So he's definitely gonna have a few tricks up their sleeves, and I'm really excited कि आज क्या कुछ personal changes होने वाले हैं. Are they gonna get a new player inside their roster, या फिर are they gonna stick to the current meta, around, which is typically built around, Pele, Ronaldo. हमने काफी सारा Vieira देखा. We've seen on the back, we've seen a lot of Cafu, Theo Hernandez, and all these players. So nothing really changed, but I'm pretty sure Lokman is going to go with Van der Sar. That has been his choice. I think Kapse, he loves playing him just because of his reach and everything. But yes, for Bindratej, I think Azim, aap bhi agree karoge, he's got to focus a little bit on that late game defense. Like early game, goal kar dete hain, but late game ke taraf, if he can maintain his calm, then I think he's good to go.
Yeah, I think if I was him, I would have actually just, been sitting and playing against the legendary AI in the game, because it is actually very, very legendary, the AI in this game. And just focusing, constantly just keep giving the ball back to the opposition and let the AI keep attacking you, and just work on the mechanical switching using that right stick to make sure that you're always, your reflexes get faster, because it's all fractions of a second that can make or break one play in the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And देखते ही देखते, well, there you have it. दो अलग contrast नजर आ रहे हैं. Lokmanu all riled up. He's just waiting. Muscles भी यहाँ पे flex हो रहे हैं, and बस इंतजार है.
well built. I think Kerala Blasters looking like the fittest, physically fittest team that we have seen so far. I think they would be ready to start playing in the Kerala Blasters team in the Hero ISL at this rate, yeah.
Maybe because Lokmani used to be a player, a football athlete also. I think so. It kind of resonates back with him. And KT Dhillon, I'm just waiting for the Shikhar Dhawan to come out of him. Any single moment, kabhi bhi aa sakta hai.
That's true. And he's taking a sip. He's actually Bindratej also taking a sip before. Very important to always stay hydrated in these games, because palm say I think players across the course of this tournament are going to lose at least a liter of fluid just from their hands. So always important to stay hydrated.
Yeah, 100%. क्योंकि आपको अपना focus, you have got to keep it on par. And ये जो first matchup है, two really experienced players going up against each other, कुछ भी हो सकता है. And I think the first half is going to be really crucial, just to set the tone of the game. कि कैसा, how are we going to witness the second half and possibly the co-op, right? Because first match में ही decided हो जाता है, एक mentality sort of set हो जाती है, right? You either win and feel good about the third game, or you just kind of keep being really sad about it. But now already kickoff ho chuka hai. Yeah.
And just from what I could tell fleetingly, I think I saw Lokmanu switch to a defensive game plan very early in the game. And as we can see, Vidra Tej loves to attack, very direct attacker. He doesn't want to mess around with a lot of, quick movements or rather finesse movements or wasting time. He just wants to go point A to point B, from his half to the
Cruyff.
goal in the shortest route possible.
Azim, Lukmani has gone for a right wing Cruyff. How do you like it? ये पहली बार हम लोग को देखने को मिला है. Usually we do
Mhm.
see Cruyff on the wings,
Yeah.
or like on the substitutes. But right now, right
Yeah.
off the bat, he's
Yeah, and
picked
he's
in his
found the
11.
gap through and a great goal straight away. Cruyff chilling on the sidelines, but using the main meta boys of Gullit and Ronaldo and Lokmanu wasting no time. Surgical precision there. मतलब एक surgical strike हुआ है on Bindra Tej's defense, and that's exactly the worry that he would have had before the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And considering how the matches really started, it was he knew exactly what he was doing. इनको
Yeah.
पता था कि इनके defenses को कैसे भेदना है, and he has done that in fashion. Kerala Blasters FC taking that very early one goal lead, and ATK Mohan Bagan, they will again have to keep up the catch up game. But
Yeah.
we can never rule out
Yeah,
Bindra
and
Tej.
he's
But here
given
he
it away
is.
again, and it looks like they could be in this time, taking his time again, using that Cruyff on the right hand side. Quite an interesting tactic because most people over there, you've seen them use Eusebio, or we've seen sometimes even Ronaldinho being used in there. But very, very good quick play in the box. Bindratej, as I was saying, that quick switching, being able to predict as he did over there where the ball is going to go, but just. Incessant pressure, although it is offside over there. Bindra Tej is he's going to have to be at his absolute best to try and get anything out of this game.
Oh, 100%. I think यहाँ पे Lukmanu is like कि नहीं इतने से नहीं होगा. I'm gonna have to get to a few more goals, but now he's gonna deal with Bidrate's attack, which is already racing up over here. But
Yeah,
Ronaldo
there you
getting
go
this
again.
pass.
He's well done. Very very aggressive player in that sense. Bindra Tej. I was checking up about him. He is. Let me just find my notes. But yeah, he is. Obviously very high in the in rank one, I believe, in division rivals. So he has plenty of experience playing the weekend warrior games. But of course, the eISL is a completely different league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
rank one in
mean,
foot champs and elite division. As we see again,
ooh.
Lokmanu trying to make his way through.
Yeah, I think like this, attack is the best form of defense, and Lukmanu has been constantly pressing on that attack. This time from the
Yeah.
corner, and he might take a shot with Gullit
Yeah, oh,
any
he's
single
worked that
moment.
very, very well. He's worked that brilliantly. He needed to go far post instead of near over there. But maybe he tried to preempt that Vindatej would move his keeper to far post because a lot of mind games happen in that final third.
Oh, definitely. And Abhi, Lokmani is just keeping his attack on. And this Cruyff, मैं actually देखना चाहता हूँ from the wings. Like what does Cruyff really produce? We know he's got that pace, and
Yes.
now, all right, intercepted by Theo Hernandez.
Yeah, intercepted, and now Bindratej. It's a bit of a dilemma for him because the way his style is of that very direct passing, it leaves him also like obviously it's difficult for the opposition to cope with, but it also leaves him open to the counter attack quite rapidly if his move breaks down where it shouldn't.
Oh, definitely. And considering the situation at hand, now Lokmani is just slowly but surely just playing around the passing game, trying to search for that gap. One little, opening, and there you go. It's a bam scored right away. And
Yeah.
but फिर भी he's build up इनके तरफ से बहुत ही बेहतरीन है.
Yeah, and again, see, working the chance there, and oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Vinratej, I think the second penalty is considered in this tournament so far. Just a little too quick for him over there, Lokmanu. What's he going to do? Is he going to go straight down the middle? He's got Pele on the thing. He's little bit of kidology. And oh, goes for the Panenka. That is so cheeky from Lokmanu and Kerala Blasters FC. 2-0 up. Vinratej has his work really cut out for him.
आई थिंक ये सिमिलर चीज हमने कल भी देखा था राइट कमिंग आउट ऑफ वी शर्मा साइड वेयर ही tilted his head to a particular direction but
Yeah.
went for the central finish and ये सेम चीज आज लुकमानियो ने भी किया है but the second time he tried to do that did not really work out right so let's see if he gets a few more penalties but right now as things are Kerala Blasters FC are having a really good time. First matchup, and
Yeah.
they're starting to feel themselves. Just the right kind of momentum that they needed. But ATK Mohan Bagan already एक बार एक series हार चुके हैं. But this time they are determined
But you
as
just look
ever.
at those possession stats, yeah. You see Lokmanu with 71% of the ball.
Oh, that's
He's just
nasty.
not let Bindratej, and also part of it is the way Bindratej plays. He doesn't want that much possession. He just wants to get to the goal, and maybe a little bit of lack of maybe really top tier championship experience for him. Because this obviously does work in foot champs and elite divisions where you're not playing against the absolute best of the best. But over here, he does need to keep the ball a bit.
Oh, he definitely does. And Lokman ये चीज को restrict कर रहे हैं, right? This is what experience does
Yeah.
get you, and he's building up another attack.
Yeah, this is what he needs to do. By the time he gets to the box, I think this is the difference in decision making or rather styles that you see in the two. Where when Lokmanu reaches towards the edge of the box, he's calm. He wants to, although he gives it away, commentators curse. But he's very composed in terms of he'll wait, he'll turn back, he'll look around, he'll do a little ball roll, buy himself some time. And again, you see, is he going to reach it? And
Oh,
oh my
almost.
goodness,
Woo!
got very, very lucky. Lokman, if you look at his
Oh,
face, can't believe that's not gone in. And
yeah.
a bit of a break, and he's thrown it straight to his opposition. Little bit of a grimace there from Bindratej, and desperate defending. Let's see if Lokmanu and Kerala Blasters can make this happen. He's twisting and turning all over the place.
He's just toying
Just very
around.
hard. Very, very hard to defend against this. And that's what I meant about, Bindratej just put on, oh, he's given it away, but just put on, play against that legendary AI and just focus on your player switching because it's almost like it's like playing an instrument, you just keep practicing at it and that's how you get faster.
Yeah, and I think ये साफ साफ उनके गेम प्ले से नजर आ रहा है. But Bindra Tej on a
Yeah.
really good counter attack. But
Trying to
Lokmanu,
go for the little
yeah.
scoop turn fake over there didn't quite work for him, and देखते देखते half time हो चुका है, and I think the Kerala Blasters FC boys just looking at each other and laughing about that final chance which somehow went off the post and came back into a very grateful goalkeeper's arms. And Vinder Tej, of course, needing to, very important to use some towels, tissues to wipe your hands down, and because slippery fingers not good for close control.
Yeah, absolutely. And uske upar bhi, Akshat is getting to see those little, twists and turns. Jis tarike se Lokman is loving to keep that possession. And Kerala Blasters FC, they're smiling. They're happy about it. And
Yeah,
well, I mean, kuch to hua hai, that sudden burst of laughter out there. But यहाँ पे माहौल काफी ज्यादा intense है because Bindra
yeah,
Tej, जो कि he's the shining light out of ATK Mohan Bagan. And he
yeah,
is been absolutely decimated. Not just चलिए goal difference तो ज्यादा नहीं है, but the way Lokmanu is controlling the field right now, he's got to
yeah.
get it back somehow.
Yeah, he desperately needs to get that one goal, obviously to get back in the game, but also for his confidence. And I
Yes.
think Thoda he needs to maybe just get a little bit of the ball, make Lukmanu work a little bit to get it off him. And because right now all the work in this game is being done by Bindratej, and it's very hard. Look at that, just toying with him, doing a little ball roll over there, and using Cruyff to get in behind. Now let's see what he's going to do. Very good close control, and this is what a proper champion does, right? He's going to keep the ball, not get flustered. If it's not working, it's okay. Just turn around and go back. There's always more time, more space, more moves to construct. Goes the other side, doesn't work out for him this time, and now Bindratej really, really needs to make something of these next few attacks.
Oh, he definitely does. But opportunity मिल रहा है, but he's not able to get past the defenders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think तीसरी या चौथी बार he's trying to build up an attack, but we've got to see
Yeah.
some
Let's see. He's
openings out
he's
there.
1-on-1 now, and the
There
last
you
ditch
go.
defending. He's got Mbappe on the left wing. It's all about decision making, and somehow
Wow,
saved by Van der Sar.
Van
And
der Sar. Yeah.
but this is encouraging. This is encouraging for Bindratej. He needs a few shots on target. He needs to make. Oh, that's a great ball in.
The
And
curve.
again, that was an excellent cross put in. And
Exactly.
yeah,
And even
looks
Azim, the bend was so nice. Like he knew exactly where the cross was going.
Yeah, it was one of those. The game obviously does have the option of, I believe it's the L1 R1 cross, which is the whipped cross, which just is almost like a little bit of a flat cross, has curve on it. the kind that, as a Liverpool fan, you would associate with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yes.
And again, now it's Bindute just needs to make sure he's not sucker punched over here, needs to get that ball back. Almost does it there. Because the third game over here will kill this tie. I mean, I don't see Bindute getting 3 goals here. If one, maybe he can get a second. And it looks like Lokman goes for the chip.
For chip?
Oh my goodness me, that is audacious. Absolutely audacious from Lokman. And
Okay.
oh my goodness, that is amazing.
That definitely calls up for a celebration. A goal like that, wow. I mean, this is a point where none of us really thought that he's gonna opt for that chip
Yeah.
shot, but he did, and यहाँ पे उनको पता है. So this is again another theory that I have, Wasim, over here, is already Lokman ने बिंद्रतेज को खेलते हुए देखा है against
Yeah,
Varsi, right? Do you
exactly.
think this could have been there? He knew, he had all his preps done. कैसे इनको counter करना है, what to do and what not to, and there's somewhere a slight disadvantage, over here for Bindratej, because he's not seen Lokmanyu play
Yeah.
in a LAN before, right? Before this tournament started, and he's absolutely getting crushed at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, that is a bit of an advantage for the people who are playing later in the game. I think the biggest advantage will be for the boys from, Odisha FC and SC East Bengal when they play, because they will have watched everybody play, and some people play multiple times as well. But it's like an element of just actual football mein hota hai, of, scouting your opposition, seeing what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And I think by the end of the first round, obviously it's a level playing field that way. But yes, I think Lokman definitely has been watching a few videos.
Oh, he's definitely done that. And those short passes that he makes in quick
Yeah.
succession, right?
Bindutej needs
Yeah.
to capitalize here. He's brought on Cruyff as well. And unfortunately can't do it. Cruyff, of course, I think probably the only player in FIFA 22 who gets to do his own move, which is the Cruyff turn in the game
Okay.
itself as the player, and he's worked it through brilliantly. And Bindratej has the goal, and it's 3-1. Still, maybe a sliver of hope, but
Yes.
he'll feel good about at least finding the back of the net.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Much needed respite for Bindratej. And I think, कभी भी, हार माननी नहीं चाहिए, right? There's always a possible chance of a comeback. And ये Bindratej के साथ हुआ है. So maybe he can be on the right side of the bandwagon this time, at least, do the same thing that Varsi did to him, right? And maybe we can, witness a surprise. क्योंकि 2 goals का difference है. And considering the play that, Bindratej does, right? That straight on attack phase, all he needs
Yeah,
is 2 chances, and he needs to just put the ball at the back of the net, and that
yeah.
is it. But Lokman, right, next he starts taking control, but
Yeah.
thankfully the possession has been given back to ATKMB.
And Bindratej, now it's all about keeping a little bit of focus. Because you did see over there when he was a little patient with his build up, he was able to find that gap. And he needs to, as he's doing now, sometimes you need to pass backwards, pass sideways, shift the focus of the attack, shift your opposition defenders around. As we see, trying to go for the 1-2. His lovely scoop turn with Ronaldo, unfortunately can't get it. Should have taken the shot there with Gullit. I'm quite surprised he didn't. Maybe he didn't want it on the left foot. But now going with Cafu of all people, Ronaldo with the goal,
Wow.
and Bindratej brings it back in. ATK Mohan Bagan back in the game. Lokmanu pointing fingers at the screen. Very unhappy with something clearly, but
भाई ये तो
now he
गलत
has
हुआ.
something to think about. Yeah, ये तो बहुत गलत हुआ.
ये तो गलत हुआ. ये कैसे हो गया? And suddenly this is what we were talking about, right? Comebacks, and we love
Yeah,
it. Bindratej इनके साथ पहली बार हो चुका है. Now he is almost on the verge of pulling it off. मात्र एक गोल दूर, and if he can get it, then this is it, right? This is where,
yeah,
Lokmanu has been rattled a little bit, but now he's on an attack of
yeah,
his own.
yeah. Bindratej. Oh, there you go. It's
Oh,
just.
that was a quickie.
Yeah, that was a very short-lived ray of hope. And again, this happens, right? Sometimes I think Bindratej needs to do just what Ronaldo was doing over there. Just a little bit of meditation, breathing, just slowing things down, focusing. Because वो एक adage है पुराना of football and FIFA, which is that you are the most vulnerable immediately after you have scored a goal, and we've seen that happen exactly over here.
Yes, just when he was trying to tip the scales in his favor, फिर से पासे पलट दिए गए. And right now, with the way things are, Lokmanu is back on his attack. He's got a lot of
Yeah,
room, and there you
and
go,
this
beautiful
looks like
pass.
it's 5-2. He goes for the volley. It is clinical, absolutely clinical. Even Bindrate just has to smile over there and appreciate the quality of that goal. Because obviously, Bindrate, you don't blame him right now. He had to go all out attack, and you could see he was completely left helpless in defense over there. And yeah, as the Kerala Blasters boys are now all smiles. I think a couple of minutes ago at 3-2, there was a little bit of doubt creeping in over there.
Yeah, little bit. Just when we were starting ki chaliye ek comeback ho jayega, that is where Lokman strikes not just with one but two goals of his own. And Panch is a really good lead for him. He's made sure ki ye game finally there has come into their books right now. Koi bhi tarike se this is not going away from them anymore.
Yeah,
Unless and until Bindratej at this point, few consolation goals maybe just to lift the morale up, because इस खेमे में देखिए there's a huge difference. They're sitting in the same room, but different vibes across those two booths, right?
yeah.
Now ATKMB, they really need to lift each other up, and this is sort of getting transferred to Ketty Delon, who is about to play next.
Yeah, and right now it's looking like Lokmanya is totally going for the kill. I think he does want to, put insult to injury, get that sixth goal. But for right now, maybe Bindratej trying to salvage a little bit of pride. Maybe he can work that. Unfortunately, well, gets it back, gets a bit lucky there. He's very determined that he wants to just go straight through the middle. Doesn't want to use those wide players much. Just wants to just use the width of the opposition's D to construct his move. Not going anywhere outside of that.
Oh, definitely. But there you go. This time our defense ko kafi strong rakha hai. Lokman is like he's not wanting to concede anymore. Just
Yeah.
going on with his repute. A really good pace coming out from the right wing over there. But can he convert into a goal? I think
Yeah,
one more
does look
chance.
like it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's worked that brilliantly. That's a goal. Oh,
Oh,
it's not a goal. Okay, it
oh.
is a goal. Little, I think he was quite. He's been shocked by the post a couple of times. And as
There you
Mbappe
go.
strikes a lovely pose over there for Kerala Blasters FC. And yeah, 6-2. I mean, I don't think Bindratej can have too many complaints about the result. It's a perfectly fair reflection of what has happened in this game.
Oh, definitely. And of course, perfect package coming in for Kerala Blasters FC, the way they've started off. And Lokmanu giving them such a really good game. I mean, the owners are
Yeah,
definitely going to be happy. And we've almost hit the full time, just the last
yeah.
chance built up. And okay, that has been dealt
Okay,
with.
he's gonna have a
Final
free
whistle.
kick in the
Oh,
last
all
minute.
right.
Looks like he's getting Marquinhos to take it. Will he go for a direct free kick? सारे प्लेयर्स डर के मारे वॉल से भाग रहे हैं यहाँ पे. इट्स द फर्स्ट टाइम. ओके, नाउ देव कम बैक. मैनेजर ने लगता है थोड़ा गाली दिया है उन्हें. And is he going to go? Yes, he's going for that dipping shot, but hits the wall. Thankfully, the players doing their job over there, and it is unfortunately for ATK Mohan Bagan the second time that they have conceded 6 in one game. Although they didn't manage to score 5 this time with Bindratej, and very very clinical and very assured performance there by Lokmanya.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant play by Kerala Blasters FC. The way they've been playing, they've set the tone, right? They've set the standards. Up, we've got Akshat coming in, right? Thodi der mein against KT Dillon. And now,
Yeah,
जिस तरीके की preparation हुई है, we know that Lokman is definitely one of the most experienced players. Then definitely अपने teammate को उन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ टिप्पणियां दिए होंगी. Practice भी उनकी काफी तेज तरार हुई होगी. Of the
yeah.
tournament, when they go back to the hotels, the friendly scrims and everything must be on. But there you have it, the first game results, 6-2 in the favor of Lokmanyu. Kerala Blasters FC beating ATK Mohan Bagan in the first game. But then again, दर्शकों को एक बार बता दें कि this has happened yesterday as well, right? पहला game
Yeah.
एक team जीतती है, and the remainder of the two games they sort of tend to lose it away. This is where I'm talking about. FC Goa, having a
Yeah.
really good time against a very well, contested Jamshedpur FC. उनके players भी काफी, ताबड़तोड़ नजर आ ही रहे थे, but towards the second and third game, they sort of mess things up. And यहाँ पे, this is also a possibility. The drama is
Yeah,
still there.
absolutely possible. Because and if I remember correctly, Bindratej and KT Dillon had a quite close game. I think in their third game when they played against Bengaluru FC, if I'm not wrong, on day one. So they do have reasonably good coordination when they play together. as we can see, a lot of coaching happening there on the sidelines from Lokmanu. He's making sure that his teammate is completely in the zone, completely knows. वो सारा जो scouting का knowledge उन्होंने रट्टा मार के आ गया यहाँ पे, just vomiting it out like a regular CBSE exam at this point, and inundating his teammate with all the information.
लोकमान्य is like the tuition teacher जो बच्चा पढ़ने एग्जाम देने जा रहा है, बेटा ये कैलकुलेशन याद रखना, ये थ्योरी, ये फॉर्मूला, सब कुछ याद है ना, and then he suddenly turns into a parent and like he gives a pat and go do your best and फतेह हासिल करके आओ, going up against Katie Dillon. We've seen
and Katie Dillon का job right now is to make sure कि वो जो भी करे is out of syllabus for Kerala Blasters FC.
Exactly. I mean that is so well pointed out. But ये करना थोड़ा मुश्किल because considering the fact अजीम की अक्षत को इन्होंने पहले खेलते हुए देखा होगा in this tournament, that could have been there. You could have done some prep work or something. Of course, online tournaments या फिर hotel में बैठ के, I'm pretty sure these players must have played against each other, so they have a slight idea. But again, Lokmanu being that tactical mind behind Kerala Blasters FC, जरूर उन्होंने कुछ तो टिप्पणियां दी होंगी कि ऐसे करना वैसे करना, ढिल्लों के ये weaknesses है targeted all along, and now Dhillon is all by himself at this moment because Bindratej, he's definitely not happy about it. He knows कि ये और उससे भी अच्छा कर सकते हैं, and KT Dhillon, he has to lift the flags of ATK Mohan Bagan up now.
Yeah, I mean it is obviously a bit of a pressure game for him. Both of them actually smiling at each other, just giving them कि भाई थोड़ा जीतने देना यार, थोड़ा just little bit of a side system being created over there, but obviously no quarter going to be given or taken by any of these guys. And again, we see Bindratej also giving a few tips to see what they can do. But largely all the metas, all the formations have been sort of 80-90% the same that most of the teams have used. We did see Lokmanu use Cruyff to great effect in the first game on that right wing. Let's see if there's any more surprises thrown up.
Oh, definitely. मैं भी देखना चाहता हूँ, and players again getting hydrated, and क्योंकि Bindratej knows, अभी तक मिशन फेल नहीं हुआ है, राइट? एक और मैचअप है, द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट कोऑप गेम, जहाँ पे आपने देखे कि अच्छों के भी छक्के छूट सकते हैं, एंड ये कुछ भी हो सकता है यहाँ पे, यू नेवर नो. लोकमान्य एंड अक्षत पे हमने इन दोनों प्लेयर्स को साथ साथ खेलते हुए नहीं देखा होगा. मे बी ऐसा हो सकता है कि अक्षत कुड नॉट कीप अप विद द पेस, या फिर थोड़ा सा उनके थॉट प्रोसेस डिफरेंट हो रहे होंगे. दे आर नॉट एबल टू बिल्ड अप दैट सिंक दैट दे you would ideally want to, so things can go south definitely. But again for ATK Mohan Bagan, साथ साथ खेल चुके हैं एक बार टूर्नामेंट पे, they know how to play around the co-op up. They've got that slight little advantage कि pressure situation में, क्योंकि ऑफलाइन आप जितनी भी प्रैक्टिस कर लो, but when you're live on air, you've got eyes watching you, everyone looking at you, वो pressure जरूर एक factor बन जाता है for an esports athlete as these lads are. And in a while we're definitely gonna get back with the games getting started off. But anything else from your side, Azim, that अगर KT Dhillon अपने game में inculcate करें, then he can maybe just walk off with the victory.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. I was just reading up a little bit about Akshat. Okay. He says, of course, that he's a guy who's always wanting to learn new things, which obviously seems quite clear because Lokmanu बहुत सारी चीजें, बहुत सारे फंडे concepts उन्हें सिखा रहे थे. He's very passionate about gaming and marketing, which is quite interesting. He's an engineer who's pursuing his MBA. So living the dream, यार. This is the life कि आप engineering कर लो, MBA कर लो, फिर side में एक international level grand scale FIFA tournament भी खेल लो to possibly be the best in India. रेज्यूमे काफी promising लग रहा है अक्षत का.
एंड देखना पड़ेगा गेम प्ले उतना प्रॉमिसिंग है या नहीं, क्योंकि कंसीडरिंग द बिजी स्केड्यूल and still taking time, and this is all passion, right? And when you're passionate about something, definitely good results follow you up. We've seen multitude of people entering the esports industry. They've got a background they're from different fields altogether. We've seen some really weird combinations, and again esports sabko apna leta hai, and this is it, right? Ask me 1 year before this कि क्या हम are we anticipating FIFA to be this big in the country? I would have said no, that this is not happening. We've got a few handful players only, and then look at all these, eISL, इतने बड़े पैमाने पे with such huge prize pool. We've got such big stalwarts of the game. We've got a few players, that are not with us in this league but are really out of this world. But चलिए इसी के साथ हमारा second game is finally on its way, as we've got ATK Mohun Bagan going up against Kerala Blasters FC. Already ये जो series score है 1-0 हो चुका है. This is where ATK Mohun Bagan would be wanting to make things one each.
Yeah, they definitely need to, if not one each, at least make it 2-1 and get a draw. As we can see, very direct approach here from Akshat, and getting in behind, getting a little fortunate there, KT Dillon. But yeah, let's see. Kyunki Akshat, of course, is an engineer. He's fully familiar with the concepts of ATKT, and he'll be hoping कि ये ATK MB के जो KT है will not be giving him a KT, if that makes sense. This is a great joke if you're an engineer.
And thankfully I was a lawyer. मैंने engineering नहीं करी. I stayed away from it. मम्मी पापा नहीं हो पाएगा engineering हमसे. Let me try something different, and here I am, an esports commentator. And
yes. Yes, the next time if I say anything you don't agree with, just say objection, and I will change my mind.
I mean, sometimes considering you start off with something, you are on to something, you never know what you're tomorrow. But right now, ATK Mohun Bagan is definitely building up that attack just for Akshat to realize what exactly was happening.
Yeah. And but they won the ball again. Back again, won it up the field. Like he's waiting. He wants to draw the opposition onto him. I think he has said this in. I was reading in our program notes as well, that as he's opened it up for the shot, went for the short fake, and that allowed Akshat the time to just get a defender back in the way over there. But I think from what I have read about what KT Dillon says about himself, he does like to keep hold of possession. He likes to play against a high line. I mean, he likes to hold a high line. He doesn't want to give you time on the ball, and there you can see very high press. And of course, using player locks, he wants to get creative with the runs off the ball. And now it's up to him. He puts the ball in almost well. If I was on the pitch, I would have been appealing कि यार ये तो back pass है. But goalkeeper also nutmegging his defender, throwing the ball through his legs, a bit of flair over there from Van der Sar.
Quite some confidence, being displayed. But then again, the first half, the way things have started off, I think KT Dillon is off to a really good start, right? Akshat, he needs to have those nerves calming down a little bit, and I think this is a good way to start things off. But red,
corner conceded over there. There was a pause cued, I believe, by one of the, I think by KT Dillon. So let's see what happens over there. Again, very aggressive coaching happening over there. Of course, Akshat, an engineer, no stranger to the world of coaching classes. कि बस उनका एक dream होगा. Thankfully, if he achieves over here, his achievements will be much more than having his photo on a coaching classes advertisement on a state transport bus. The stakes, of course, are much higher.
With him flexing his muscles, and the way Lokmanu has been constantly, just doing that. Sometimes, ज़्यादा pressure आ जाता है, boss, and you're gonna be thinking something, and then you're getting that constant, words from behind. Then it's gonna ruin your gameplay. I really hope that doesn't happen with Akshat at this particular moment. Because up tak again, Akshat has created a few chances. KT Dillon again
trying to get in behind. Trying to get in behind over there, but of course, unfortunately, even though it is Cristiano Ronaldo running in, there is a prime Cafu at every right back position we're seeing in this series, which is almost next to impossible to outrun, even with a 90+ pace player. And we're leaving it almost a bit short. But that was I think a bit of a glitch on his part. He went for the player lock a little too soon, and now accelerating his build up a little bit. That's what I like about KT Dillon's game, where he's going direct, but then also slowing it down when necessary. And unfortunately over there, not able to retain possession. And now counter-attack could be on, although that is a smashing ball over the
beauty.
Top. He can put that into the corner and puts it wide. It's okay. And immediately Lokmanu just telling him, it's okay, bhai, theek hai, ho jata hai, sab kuch theek hai. Keygal nahi, it's fine. And now again, that's a bit of a wake-up call though for
Yeah.
KT Dillon. He's had the ball. He's very good with the little flicks and tricks over there. And wins it back in the box. So that's useful for him. Now he needs to find that right pass. This is the time you want that player lock in the right place. Unfortunately, not there. And does look like Kerala Blasters FC do want to play on the counter attack, but giving the ball away very cheaply at the moment.
Yeah, and
As
this
we see,
might be
he's
deadly.
in. Oh, that's beautifully worked. That's a brilliant goal. Incredible close control there by KT Dillon. You thought for a moment that the move was gone, but completely under control, getting past 3 defenders, going around the keeper and putting the ball in the back of the net. And ATK Mohan Bagan, that's exactly what they needed.
Oh, I mean, ये पहली बार नहीं हुआ that the keeper has been beaten, right? It's just थोड़ी कुछ seconds पहले we did see, the keeper being beaten, but again the pass going towards Kerala Blasters only. But again उसके बाद के जो follow-ups and this is a beautiful opener coming out from KT Dillon, much needed, respite for ATK Mohan Bagan at this point, and finally उन्होंने लीड ले लिया गेम के अंदर, बट आई डोंट थिंक दे वांट टू सेटल विद एनीथिंग लेस देन अ फ्यू मोर गोल्स, राइट? एंड अब पता चल चुका है दैट अक्षत इज अ लिटिल बिट रैटल्ड, ही इज सॉर्ट ऑफ फीलिंग बटरफ्लाइज इन हिज स्टमक एट दिस पॉइंट. तो ये मोमेंट है जस्ट टू अटैक, टू मे बी गो आफ्टर हिम and get that very important series score 1 each before heading into the co-op.
Yeah, it's very important for Akshat to stay in the game because pressure तो होगा ही. Obviously, there is the pressure of the tournament, there's the pressure of being 1-0 down, there's the pressure कि MBA college में और and a beautiful little elastico over there, absolutely bamboozled Akshat. And can he make this count? I think the trick itself deserved a goal, but unfortunately for him, Kerala Blasters FC get the ball back.
And right now, I mean, Kerala Blasters is struggling. Completely different picture what we saw of the match between Lokmanya and Bindratej. But Akshat again trying for a build-up. But somewhere down the line, I think ATK Mohan Bagan, they've read him really well, right? क्या करना चाह रहे हैं, उनको पता है. How to tackle it, पता है. The numbers are definitely not coming up for Kerala Blasters, because I see the striker over there just struggling alone. He's got no one to pass to over there, and he's got to need someone, maybe some push from maybe the left wing or the right wing. But again, Lokmanya coaching classes on, and he's giving his important tips and tricks over there to just get past KT Dillon.
Yeah, and KT Dillon has looked very assured. I think वो एक chance he conceded, which really should have been scored by Akshat. But it's good for the team over there, good for their morale that he's leading right now. Lokmanya, of course, does not want to give anything away. And yeah, very aggressive with the coaching over there, and they have to be wary, as you said, कि over coaching ना हो जाए. Like, you also have to let the guy play his natural game.
Yeah, I think this is the moment, where I really personally feel that Akshat should just play his natural game, because पहला जो game होता है वो बहुत important होता है, and suddenly you get more pressure. Understandably, Lokmanya is really competitive, but
he's worked that beautifully. He has worked that beautifully, and again, Akshat, you can see he's quite down by that. Lokmanya again just telling him it's fine, which is of course the right thing to do. But for the moment, this is the moment for ATKMB to celebrate. KT Dillon, very uncomplicated, just taking Cristiano Ronaldo, running down that left wing, faking the shot, pulling it back to his namesake Ronaldo Nazario, and there's really nothing that could be done, despite the keeper getting a hand to it. But really, there was only one outcome there.
Yeah, definitely. And आप बोल सकते हैं कि somewhere down the line KT Dillon has taken control over the game. Considering अभी जिस तरीके से वो खेल रहे हैं, अभी the confidence is clearly visible. पहले he was kind of second guessing his thoughts, right? आपने देखा होगा attack build up करते, then few passes here and there, but this time he did not flinch even for a second. Directly goes clinical and scores at the back of the net. And साथ ही साथ ATK Mohan Bagan को much needed 2 goals की यहाँ पे बढ़त उन्होंने दिला दी. And I think this is where Kerala Blasters will have to respond with a goal of their own. But
and again we see the counter attack, because KT Dillon being very smart, he's seeing that Akshat is playing a high line now to try and win the ball higher up. And again, it's a mirror image of the last goal. No complication whatsoever, just getting in behind those fullbacks, making sure he's using those player locks and custom runs to the absolute optimum of his ability. And now it's this is looking more and more like a formality, this game. It's just KT Dillon completely has found, जैसे वो अक्षत का kryptonite कह सकते हैं. He's found his kryptonite, he's found his major weaknesses, And also मुझे लग रहा है, I feel, that one little trick where he completely bamboozled him in the first half with the Rabona and the scoop turn, I think that has really damaged
His
Akshat's confidence
mentality,
a
yeah.
little bit, because nobody likes to be done like that.
Look at the players press like that, and at this point, Akshat, he's just trying to play to not get thrashed, right? Because at this
Yeah.
moment he is, and यहाँ पे उनका जो gaming mentality होता है completely shift हो जाता है. It's about he gets into a very defensive approach. He's like कि नहीं, इससे खराब नहीं हारना है मुझे. I
Yeah.
have to somehow keep my heads up right now. But this is where I believe ATK Mohan Bagan are vulnerable, right? They're so
Yeah.
much full of confidence. They're going full stretch, full-fledged attack modes. And now if we can find some openings in their defense could be better. But
Yeah.
all right, chaliye. A good defense, just trying to keep the possession up. But they've got to do better than this, man. The midfield
Yeah.
is looking terrible for Kerala Blasters FC right
Yeah,
now.
I do think that maybe he has made us some kind of a tactical switch, which has left his midfield very, very open. You can see that he's playing 4 at the back for sure, but it does look like a 4-2-3-1 up top, so which should give him theoretically enough cover. But maybe that the higher line, as you can see, if you look at the mini map down below, the defenders are pretty much at the half line. So there's a lot of space left in behind for KT Dillon to run in behind and make those through passes. And of course, a very prominent part of his game is using the player lock and those manual runs ahead. As we see him now, smart decision over there, little game management. Well, not the smartest decision there, but he gets away with it. And yeah, just manage the game now. 3-0 is a very good scoreline. You don't want to give the opposition a chance.
I mean, Azim, at this point we've almost reached that 70 minutes marker. This is where
Yeah.
I personally feel कि सारे players थोड़ा सा और aggressive खेलना पसंद कर लेते हैं. And considering KT
Yeah.
Dillon ने control ले लिया है, ये जो आखिरी के जो 20 मिनट होते हैं, we see like 2-3 goals being scored over here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is where things start getting deadly. As a similar build up होने की कोशिश हुई
Yeah.
थी, but was stopped off right when the
Yeah,
attack
he's
was being
very
built up.
good with those skill moves, KT Dillon. He's just toying with them. Look at that. Just constantly using those scoop turns and the little Rabona fakes wherever possible. And now playing the short corner, a good cross in, very deep cross with a volley, but angle a little too acute, even if you are Ronaldo in that situation.
Yeah, and a similar effort, but a different way to approach it. But eventually, thought process कहीं ना कहीं same था, just pass it on at the end moment and the player shoots. Last के
Yeah.
2 goals ऐसे ही निकले हैं, and ATK Mohan Bagan, they want more of it, but this time it's a good promising attack, and
And he
right.
gets the keeper out, very aggressive there from KT Dillon, and it looks like it pays off, because I do not think Akshat was expecting to meet the goalkeeper over there at any point.
Okay. I mean, a few passes could have been done early, but still, Akshat trying to build up his attack. But
And
again,
taking too much time over there, and now you've got Pele, he's on the counter attack. He is going to go for, I think, that same move, because Pele, you can look at the stamina bar at the bottom, has enough pace, enough energy left. And is that a penalty? It is a penalty. He completely baited him into that. And even the great Edwin van der Sar could do nothing about it. He's really toying with Akshat right now. You have to feel for him.
yeah, we certainly have to. And 10 minute hai, or but this. All
And
right.
Panenka, it's revenge for the last game. What you do to me, I will do to you. It is 4-0 to ATKMB with Patrick Vieira. Another Panenka penalty, and Akshat now will be feeling he will be feeling a little low.
Oh, he definitely is already. And this is so bad for Kerala Blasters FC, considering इसके बाद एक और matchup है. He's got to pick himself up, and Lokmanu has to do it, right? क्योंकि यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग को एक clear discrepancy नजर आ रही है between the skill level of both the players of Kerala Blasters FC right now, right?
Yeah.
We've got Lokmanu and Akshat on the same team, but क्या teamwork दिखा सकते हैं? Somewhere down the line, it feels like Akshat has to play the catch-up game, and somewhat he's trying to, give a taste of
This is
his
another
own
counter
medicine.
Oh, yeah. It does feel like we're watching almost a role reversal of what happened in the last game, and now it's very even to. I mean, I can't really pick a winner in terms of what's going to happen in the co-op game, because it does look like we're going to see a lot of coaching and a lot of responsibility taken by Lokmanu in that situation. As we see, Akshat, can he get a consolation goal? This was just for pride, and he does. That's well worked. That is well worked. I'm glad he's got that goal. It'll give him that little bit of confidence. It doesn't look like it's any consolation to him at the moment, but he really needed that goal, and maybe he can grab another one.
Yeah.
No, not quite. KT Dillon says no, thank you, not happening. And now Mbappe gonna run for the hills, running straight out there. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna change tactics? Nope, it's the same move of running down the line, and Akshat has figured it out now. But I think for him it would have been better if he had figured it out before conceding 2 goals to the same move.
एंड दिस इज वेयर जो हमारे टीचर जी हैं लोकमान्य ये इन्होंने पढ़ लिया होगा इस चीज को आई एम प्रीटी श्योर कोऑप में भी ये ट्राई करेंगे
too much. No, it's perfectly timed, and this is going to be a goal, of course, and well done for Akshat. Gets a consolation, makes that scoreline look a little bit prettier, and probably not. I feel maybe 4-1 would have been a better reflection of the game overall. But it's good for Akshat. Like, at least when he goes home, or rather goes to his room today, talks to his friends, he can say I lost 4-2, and as opposed to 4-0.
And this is I must say Azim really important right now क्योंकि इसके बाद इनका एक बहुत बड़ा मैचअप है. There you have the final whistle blowing up, and KT Dillon and ATK Mohan Bagan have managed to level the series 1 each, which leaves us एक आखिरी गेम के साथ between these two teams, and इस बार चारों प्लेयर्स हमारे सामने नजर आने वाले हैं. एंड नाउ दिस इज वेयर आई रियली फील कि जो लास्ट 2 गोल्स हुए द लेट गोल स्कोर्ड बाय Akshat is really gonna bolster up their confidence in the co-op, right? Because अब 4-2 का स्कोर लाइन यहाँ पे चलिए नजर आ रहा है. बट दिस इज वेयर आई रियली फील कि केटी डिल्लो और बिंद्र तेज एक दूसरे के साथ खेल चुके हैं. उनको पता है कि कहाँ छोटी मोटी गलतियां रह गई थी. दिस इज वेयर उनके स्किल लेवल में भी ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं है. कहीं ना कहीं 19-20 का फर्क है इन कंपैरिजन टू Kerala Blasters FC, where Akshat somehow has to keep up with the thought process of Lokmani over here. यहाँ पे I guess more than the in-game play, the communications are going to be so very important between these two boys. Varna, it's going to be so difficult for Kerala Blasters FC to pull off this win.
Yeah. And again, I think it's a mixture of the two, where KT Dillon and Binder Tej, of course, have played together already in the tournament once. They are similarly skilled players. I think the skill gap in Kerala Blasters FC is a little bit more, with Lokmanya, of course, being multiple champion in several different events, and Akshat being sort of relatively young blood in the LAN gaming scene. So he will be relying on Lokmanya to make call outs, and which is fine. Like, co-op does work well when there is one person calling the shots more than the other, because it's old saying of too many cooks spoil the broth. So very, very exciting to see how this last game turns out, and it's all to play for, because series tie ho chuka hai, 1-1 pe, and okay, I don't think we started.
I think these are the replays of the game that we did see.
That was a great goal, really, really well worked.
Similar goals,
these next 2 goals were sort of mirror images, and Akshat just did not read what he was doing. Like, he expected both times he expected the cutback to happen, and he's left his defender out, which and KT Dillon doing the opposite of what his opponents expecting over there. That a bit unfortunate over there, because you can't really control the goalkeeper yourself beyond a certain point in FIFA. So he was sort of at the AI's mercy over there, and but good for him to get those 2 goals back. And now again, intense coaching classes happening over here, and let's see what Akshat can do. He will obviously feel a little momentum from scoring those 2 goals, but I think he'll also feel a sense of security having a player with him in game now.
100%. And I think यहाँ पे where I believe कि Lokmanya has to do that major heavy lifting, but it cannot be just him, right? आपको at the same time you've got to have Akshat also trying to keep up, at least वो effort दिखनी चाहिए, जो I think towards the end वो नजर आई थी. And I'm pretty sure जो last moment cutbacks हो रहे थे KT Dillon, but the openings that he was finding, right, especially जो defenders के through पे जो निकाल रहे थे, spotting out his players, that is phenomenal. That was so clinical when he went with those shots. So I think somewhere down the line, Azim, हम anticipate यही करने वाले कि Kerala Blasters FC Lokmanya would try his level best to build the game up. and then I think it's going to be Akshat who can do the shooting part, right?
Yeah.
He just has to be at the right place at the right time. Wait for Lokmanu to maybe give that last moment pass or that cross, and then
Yeah.
deliver. But in
I
terms
think it's
of
going to be a similar
personnel,
case for both teams. जैसे हमने FC गोवा के साथ भी देखा था,
yeah.
where we saw Afnan getting completely mauled in the first game, but coming back and being very effective in the second game. And in this case, दोनों team का ये same situation है, where Bindra Tej had a very humbling defeat. We saw Akshat with the same situation for him. So I think we're going to see KT Dillon and Lokmanu taking the lead for their respective teams, and the supporting cast will be the other two players.
And the best part is Lokmanu also has international exposure, right? Having been
Yeah.
an esports athlete for a lot of teams outside the country and getting to learn from different players, that definitely helps. And ये जो extra edges रहते हैं, that little bit of an extra sharpening that you've got कि बाहर से आप condition होके आए हो, you've got training from here, you've got training from there, इतना सब कुछ जो आपने जो ज्ञान का सागर आपने समेट रखा है अपने अंदर, I think now just imparting it on towards Akshat, it's so helpful for this lad. Again, दर्शकों को याद दिला दे, this tournament, this entire league is going to go on for 4 months. So Kerala Blasters FC के the supporters that we have, they're going to be so excited for this, right? They know that they've got a very dependable person on their side, and Akshat is definitely promising, considering the 2 goals that he did score for himself. So that was something really good from their side that I absolutely liked. But ATK Mohan Bagan, I know these 2 players, they're really good as a team. We've seen them last time. A few little mistakes here and there. I'm pretty sure they would not want to repeat it today. And I think thodi der mein we're gonna get the match started.
Yeah, and it is important for ATK Mohan Bagan to get some form of result today, having lost that first tie quite convincingly, I think, to Bengaluru FC. It was 3-0 by the end of it. And it could have been a very different story. It could, in fact, even have been 2-1 to them. So let's now see how this turns out. Very, very different. I always find shifting from single player to co-op a very different mental challenge, because you have to start thinking and approaching the game completely differently. Because for जिन viewers को पता नहीं है, of course, with each pass of the ball, the player in control of it changes. So you have to be very, very coordinated, very, very sure of what you're doing as an early corner for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, and this is really good. We've got to see if they're going to go for that short little pass, or they're going to try something else. Yeah. But similar.
Maybe
like
one
expected.
off the training ground, they've worked this reasonably well, trying to run through a space that did not really exist in that instance. And now using Mbappe, this is the position that KT Dillon thrives on, and I think it may have been Bindra Tej in that situation, because KT Dillon there would not have turned back. He would have gone running straight down the line, because he knows that's what he wants. That's where he wants his opponent to be. And well left over there, but also well covered. It was both the attacking and defensive side of Rude Bullet seen in equal measure from both teams.
Azim, this is where I really felt, the co-op coming into play, because had that cutback was really good, but the play was not there. ये जो छोटी-छोटी चीजें, they are gonna be testing these players so much right now, because वो teamwork develop करने के लिए you need a lot of time, and the players just have a few days to play off before their next games begin. And Kerala Blasters again with a beautiful attack.
Yeah, he's got managed to find Pele in behind the back, a little lovely bridge over there. You can see that's a hallmark of how Lokmanu likes to play. And again, using the tricks. And it does look at this moment that Lokmanu is trying to be the guy who does the setup, the guy who provides the assist. Because the scoring is the easy part. It's finding that space, making that space, which is always the thing that requires the experience. And again, it does look like the blue arrow in most cases is Akshat. And Lokmanu, you can see, has a very distinct style to how he approaches his close control and his dribbling. Very quickly worked. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You can see just another elastico from using Ronaldo over there. It is definitely Lokmanu who's the red arrow in this team.
And as if we finally cracked the code, right? पहली बार हमने figure out कर लिया who is who, and
yeah, but only for this team, क्योंकि opposition के दोनों white है, तो बहुत confusing. Going for goal, okay, that was quite ambitious.
And now again, with the way things are, Kerala Blasters FC a surge of confidence, which was much needed inside of them, and at this point, and it has been brought back. But again, you can't rule out the players of ATK Mohun Bagan. They can respond any single moment. They're just waiting for that one counter attack, and now they've got an attack built up of their own, where we've got Lokan little on the back sides, right? He's not going directly charging at the players. He's just waiting for the main pass to happen, and there you go.
And the pass has happened, just overplayed it a little bit. And for all players who are newer to FIFA, I think what we saw over there from Kerala Blasters FC while defending the move is exactly how you want to approach defense in FIFA, which is even though they were fairly deep in their half, they were making sure to use their defensive midfielders to defend and not bringing their centre forwards back. I think it's a very common mistake जो बहुत सारे players करते हैं. They think कि चलो defender है तो defense का काम उसी का होगा, and they bring their defenders forward, get their team out of shape. So it's always important to defend with your midfielders as often as possible.
But at this point, Kerala Blasters FC and ATK Mohun Bagan, someone needs to break the deadlock because it's been silent for a while. Build-ups हो रहे हैं, but conviction नहीं मिल पा रहा है. We're not getting that end goal that we really want. But now they've been patient. This is a good move from Akshat's side.
Yeah, they're hogging possession. They're waiting for the defense to make a mistake, but no mistake coming so far. And of course, KT Dillon is a player who likes to do the advanced player locks, trigger those custom runs, and now he needs his teammate to be on the same wavelength. He needs Bindratej to be making those runs ahead of him. And I think you did see that on the left flank. He was making the run. Obviously, couldn't find him. And it's a very, very cagey affair. Of course, the series is tied 1-1, so everything is on the line with this game. Now Mbappe going wide. This is, of course, the KT Dillon hallmark. Doing a little trick, and looked like he had run out of room over there.
Yeah,
as it was 36 minutes in, we could maybe this is the first time we're heading in with a goalless first half. Not happened so far, but if any game can do it, it could be this one, or it could not, because he just ran out of space. He's just run out of space.
They're trying this time and again, and hoping for this, hoping for it to work. But this time not getting enough.
He's given the ball straight away. That's a terrible mistake. And he's not been made to pay.
No!
Yet it's all happening over there, and there were hearts in mouth over there. My heart was in my mouth. I couldn't believe that we saw, a elementary, you would say, Division 10 mistake being made over there, and it's all completely. I don't know what's happening over here. Is it just a lack of confidence? Are the chances falling to Akshat and Bindratej, who are not, feeling in the best of form right now? Because that was quite shocking.
Even for me as well. But one good thing that I'm liking is that Akshat is trying to keep up, and he's done some really good defense out there. Few slip-ups, but yes, he's recovered. And jab tak goal nahi hota, it's like it's fine, right? But this is a good chance. It's a really good
now
pass.
He's 1-on-1, good turn back. I think you can see he immediately wants to release the ball, and over there trying to be a little too hasty. Just wanting to give it, and I believe it is our first 0-0 first half, and you can see that just shows you the scale of this game, the way it's weighing down on the players, that they don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to be the first team to concede that goal.
Yeah, definitely. And considering, I think जैसा आपने कहा असीम, ये पहली बार हम लोग को देखने को मिला है. We haven't seen any decisive plays either from both these teams. दोनों ही build-ups कर रहे हैं, but somewhere down the line, ATK Mohun Bagan, they're looking a little bit predictable, right? I'm pretty sure Lokmanu has read those 2 times attempt again from the sidelines, trying for that cutback, and he's trying to prevent that room for the player. And दोनों ही occasion पे हुआ है almost a slip up there, which could have been a massive blunder. क्योंकि जिस तरीके से ये गेम जा रहा है, we can clearly say it's going to be a very close tie. I think the difference is definitely going to be either one or at a very max 2 goals, unless and until there's a huge change in play by both these sides. And in terms of possession, I think both of them have been doing fairly decent, but it's again about creating that one opening chance.
Yeah, and it's very important. I'm quite sure both from both teams' aspects, both KT Dillon and Lokmani were trying to get, isolated 1v1 against the the opposition member of the team who is low on confidence. I'm sure KT Dillon wants to go up against Akshat, and I'm sure Lokmani wants to go up against Bangladesh because they've had a convincing win against both of them recently. But it's still very, very cagey. Not willing to make that move, gets a little lucky over there. And now it's about whether using the little, elastico. And this looks like a promising counter attack. It is 4-on-4. It is Pele. Let's see if they can do something. Now it's about decision making. Now it's about, can I find the right pass at the right time? Or is it going to be individual brilliance? It's just so cagey right now.
At this point, delaying so much, definitely, Joe, numbers are there. They're definitely going to come back for Kerala Blasters FC. So it's going to be much difficult. They've got to find that opening, which I feel they haven't done on most of the occasions. But again, we've got Kerala Blasters FC, trying to pull off an attack. We haven't really seen a lot of players coming in from the wings, playing around the center.
Oh, this one's in. Unless he's offside, he is offside.
Yeah,
that looked like quite a country mile offside. But unfortunately, you do have to experience a couple of seconds of heart attack as a player before that flag is raised.
At sometimes, and it doesn't go your way the way you thought, and it tends to go back at the goal, right? But this time, Lokmani was way ahead of where he should have been, and few position
using the strength of Pele now, and now again he's in his favored position, and is it the same goal? Almost the same goal that we have seen in the last game. And it looked for a second that he passed it straight back to the opposition. But yeah, that's what KT Dillon wants. That's the isolation he wants. He wants to be able to get wide and just make that cutback. That's his favorite move of the game.
And I think it's going to be iconic because he's been doing that time and again. And seems like Kerala Blasters FC haven't really found a very good answer for it, right?
Yeah.
They haven't read that well, because he's been doing that for quite some time, and I'm rather surprised. But again, ATK Mohun
it's very effective though, because it's like it's a 50-50 chance, right? Ki wo seedha jayega ya left jayega. You have to pick between the two. If you pick wrong, he wins. I mean, it's almost like gambling a little bit.
Yes, I think something that we would not encourage, but this is happening here in FIFA 22. The gambling across the players' minds. That is something fair. That's something legal. But there you have it. Another chance being created. Lokmani, he's got to make that move. Akshat also charging in with Cruyff, but passed it on to his player.
He wants to. Akshat, you can see, just wants to lay it off, and he's done very well over there. But a poor pass from Lokmani, and going for a long ball, which is rather surprising. I would assume you would want to build out from the back, but more pressure for ATKMB to absorb, and to their credit, they've soaked up all the pressure quite well. And there has been pressure, but they've not been perturbed, right? They've not been unnecessarily troubled by anything that's happened.
Yeah.
And Kerala Blasters FC have had one or two more scary moments, but let's see if this is going to be one of them. No, they're quite careful, quite cautious in possession, and they get out from there.
Yeah, and so far 75 minutes gone past by, and yet we are to see a one on either sides of the two playing clubs that we have in front of us, and build-ups are happening. Back and forth football going on. And ATK Mohun Bagan, they've definitely created the more chances. But again, Kerala Blasters FC, they've sort of been a little bit lucky over there, a little, good on those reads. They've been slightly better on the defense. But I'm still waiting, considering how this game has been flowing, you're going to be anticipating ATK Mohun Bagan to be scoring at some point or the other.
Yeah, it does look like they're the most likely to score, but I mean, Kerala Blasters FC, they've looked all right in defense. They've managed to, apart from maybe one or two times where one they just gave the ball away on their own, but just the one time they've managed to get in behind has only been the real trouble they've been in. So very, very cagey, very almost feeling like a real Hero ISL match at this moment, where both teams just trying to wait for the opposition to make a mistake before they can capitalize and get that sucker punch.
Definitely, and it's still almost 80 minutes gone past by, and nothing in terms of goal from both these sides, but could be a possible chance. But message for our viewers: if this match ends up in a tie, both the teams are leveled up in the series. They get 1 point each out of this showdown that we have. But ATK Mohan Bagan, well, really trying the similar strategy that has been working out for them. But this time, Pele was there to
Oh,
just
he's
fend it
given
off.
it straight to the opposition. That's a very, very poorly taken corner, and it could leave them very vulnerable to the counter attack over here if you can find the right pass. That is a good looking ball. If we can keep it in just about, and
Oh,
well defended again over there. Good recovery.
well, very good recovery. And again, we're still waiting for that winner from, both these teams. But who's going to deliver that one to us? They're having their own troubles, their own issues, but they've got to get past it. This time playing the ball throughout the midfield. They've got to do better than this. They've got to find some opening, which Lokmanu was really finding, and this certainly could be one.
This looks like it could be one. Lokmanu is deciding. Oh,
Woo!
he's got it. Surely he has to turn and shoot. Decides to pass, and that's just a sign of just the lack of confidence from Akshat over there. Where a confident Akshat would have just swiveled on that and shot that into the roof of the net. And I don't know, somehow this game gives me the feeling that it has last minute winner written all over it.
Do you think so? Because I think this is exactly the direction that we are
Lokmanu
headed
is
to.
taking it all on his own. And there you go. It is the last minute winner. I called it. It is Akshat, I believe, who has got the winning goal. And just as we had anticipated, Lokmanu doing most of the build-up play over there, putting it on a plate for Akshat to just slide in there and smash it in. And I think ATKMB will feel very hard done by with this because they've been. If you could call one team dominant in this particular game, it would have been ATK Mohun Bagan. But this looks like they're heading now to 2 consecutive defeats, and this one I think will hurt quite a lot.
Oh, this one was just, by the whiskers for Kerala Blaster FC, considering, the way they were struggling, and even they know,
Yeah.
they just edged past by. But still, a victory is a victory. 3 points are going in to Kerala Blasters FC's accounts, and they start off with a win, right? What a way to kick off
Yeah.
your journey in the eISL, and there you have it, right? 1-0 की स्कोर लाइन के साथ केरला ब्लास्टर्स एफसी ने एटीके मोहन बगान को हरा दिया है यहाँ पे, और अपने खेमे में तय कर लिए हैं वो 3 बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण points. And this is where you can see Akshat smiling with his picture out there. This is exactly how he's got to be, and
Yeah.
considering he's got that last winner goal, this is gonna help his confidence build up by aeons.
Yeah. And it was very nice also to see that we got to see that little shot over there of the Kerala Blasters boys just at the end of the game, just looking over to the ATKMB table and just giving them that little round of applause, saying, "Tough game, guys. Like you gave us a proper game." And I think Kerala Blasters FC will be delighted with that. And I think, like as a neutral over here, I feel a draw would have been a fair result overall, because I think it was completely on a knife edge, this entire tie. But congrats to Kerala Blasters, and they have 3 points on the board.
Oh, they definitely do. And yes, likely agreed with you, Azim, on that one, because even if you take a look at the possession stats that we had, ATK Mohan Bagan, they were, having most of it for the most of the times. They were getting the possession, they were getting those build-ups, but somewhere down the line, they were being just too repetitive, right? They were trying to push that one thing which had been working out for KT Dillon, and certainly limiting them to a lot of different strategies, right? And had they tried a few other tricks up their sleeves, things could have been different. But maybe for a later date, they're gonna definitely learn from their mistakes over here. But उससे पहले एक बारी नजर डालते हैं on our scorecards that we have in front of you, how this entire series was played between these lads. And there you have it, 3 points earned for Kerala Blasters FC over here, and they're gonna be really happy. And again, sad faces for ATK Mohan Bagan and their fans again, because they've had to face defeat.
Yeah, all the folks from Kolkata will be a little disappointed, little disheartened, but again, not to worry. बहुत ही लंबा season है. There's plenty of games left to go. In fact, I think a total of 18 games left for ATK Mohan Bagan to play, including all the other teams. तो बहुत ज़्यादा time है. Plenty of time to mount a comeback. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely we've been talking so much about Lokmanu and his coaching classes, right? I think it's
Yeah.
time that we have a talk with him directly in person. So चलिए interview के तरफ चलते हैं directly with our winners out here, and there's my man Lokmanu. Congratulations, buddy, on that fantastic win.
Thank you so much, Fixes. I really appreciate that. I mean, you could see the emotions right at the death we won that game. And I've been in this place with you before on the other side as well. And I can imagine how the players feel and how to even commentate on that. So it feels really good to get the first 3 points for Kerala Blasters. Me and my partner worked really hard. So I hope we can keep this going up in the next game as well.
So I think we had a little joke going on where we were calling it Lokmanu's coaching classes. We saw a lot of advice being given to Akshat by you. So generally, what were you telling? Obviously, he had a very bad first game. What were you telling him all throughout, and particularly through the co-op game? Was it it looked like a concentrated game plan where you would be the person to set it up and he would be the one to just try to finish it off. Was that really the case? So what was your plan?
Yeah, so I think Akshat, like me and Akshat had spoken about this, that there will be one person who will be deciding the tactics and who will be deciding a particular game plan, and the other person will follow it up. Akshat and I think particularly in co-op, I believe that the player switching that Fixes always talks about was very important, and I'm so glad that it worked out. It didn't work out for him in the solo match, which something I was telling him that he was rushing his passes too much, and he was not being able to play the real game that he plays, because I played with him yesterday and he was fantastic in that 1v1 game. So maybe some nerves got to him, but I'm pretty sure my man over there will crush it in the next fixture for sure.
Oh, definitely, he's going to do that. Again, going on towards Katie Dillon's strategies, I think that was really even replicated in your co-op game as well, Lokmanu, where they were trying out that similar play, going in for that deep cutback at the last moment, and somewhere down the line, I think Akshay took some while to figure it out. But heading into the third game, what were your preparations regarding the same? Because somewhere down the line, that won them the victory in the second game, and they did not need they did not need to fix it because it was not really broken. So did you guys have any plan, or you were just playing your game there?
No, as I said, as I always say, that you should always read your opponent's gameplay. That's what I do personally. And I saw what KT was trying to do. And he's really good. I mean, hats off to him for playing that game, because he went down from the wings. He had skills in his arsenal as well. So I think both those things I could read that, and I could tell Akshat that, Bindra is good with skills outside the box. KT is good with those cutbacks. So we have to read that, and I think pretty much we did most of the game. There was only one chance where they did do a cutback and Van der Sar saved us. But after that, I could, just use their tactic only to win the game in the 90th minute. It was such a relief. Honestly, right now I'm just still shaking after that moment, because you need to release that pressure after so much of, yeah.
I mean, that was a hard-fought victory, to be honest. The way it started off looked to be an easy breezer, but definitely wasn't, because the boys did put up quite some fight. But again, Lokmanu, congratulations to you and Akshat for pulling off that beautiful victory. I think you've got a party pending, over at your place when you go back. The owners are definitely going to be happy, and we're certainly going to let you go, as we have got another beautiful matchup there. But really well played, buddy.
Thank you so much, Fixes. I appreciate that. We have to focus on the next game, so party might be due tomorrow evening if we win that. So I'm focusing all for tomorrow's fixture as well. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Cheers, buddy. Also, Fixes, I have to point out कि मैं अभी नोटिस किया कि केरला ब्लास्टर्स के एफसी का जो स्पॉन्सर है is Byju's, and Lokmanu भी एक कोचिंग क्लास है, तो maybe I think we need to shift that sponsor and make
Ah,
it Lokmanu's instead of Byju's, and
you
add
you
that as a secondary sponsor up there.
You never know, Byju's might just be offering a deal to Lokmanu right now कि भाई लोगों को बच्चों का के FIFA भी पढ़ा लो, and I think he's one of the best teachers that you can have for this
Yeah.
game right now. But that pretty much sums it up, Azim, right? The first showdown that we had, Kerala Blasters FC opening up their accounts with a fantastic win, but we're not done with this क्योंकि
Yeah.
एक और showdown बाकी है, and that is going off the roofs right now. But that's gonna happen after this short little break.
Yeah.